on the air.
KAKU 88.5 FM.
Okay, here we go.
Kahului Maui.
Quiet, please.
The voice of Maui. KAKU.
This is 88.5 FM, the voice of Maui. You're listening to Pure Awareness with your host, Eman'on, Fearless Wanderer. Good morning, afternoony. It's 11 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. Here at 88.5 FM, the voice of Maui, a KAKU Media Center, KAKU Studio. This is Pure Awareness. I'm Dr. Eman'on Wanderer. Tony got me in this vibe now, man. So I'm going to just mention it now before I forget. Every Wednesday and Thursday, there's a Lover's Hour, right? So plays these slow jams with, just to keep the love alive, man, because not that it's missing and not that it's dead, but just to keep it alive. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all tune in at 4 p.m. today, every Wednesday, every Thursday. You're going to be hearing some smooth, seductive sounds of the era of the 90s sometimes. I used to think I could not go on, and life was nothing but an awful song. But now I know the meaning of true love. I'm leaning on the everlasting arm. If I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. Spread your wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. See me running through that open door. Believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. Believe I can. Man, that was a jam back in the day. I probably don't do it no justice like old Robert, but what I'm learning in life is that all that's required is I do my best. Just to do my absolute very best with what I got. And so I'm learning to be okay with that. Yeah. And I encourage you, listener, to begin to fiddle fart around with what's inside of you, the things that light you up, and to just pursue them. Maybe I should break that down a little bit. Like, pursue them. What does that even mean? Pursue means to continuously move forward towards the thing that you want without contemplating or without getting set on finishing, without getting set on how it should look, without getting so bent out of shape on the pace, without getting distracted, just pursuing, just staying the course, you know? That's I think how I would translate or break that word down. So if I'm pursuing something, there's obviously logically it should make sense that if I'm pursuing it, there's absolutely no way I should know how it should be done every step of the way, like what it should look like. What, like, I can make a plan and I can have the end goal, and I can print it out and paste it on something. Paste? People still using that word, paste? Remember paste? Let's talk about paste for a second. Let me not get distracted. See, that's what I'm talking about. Pursuing means to not get distracted by paste when you're trying to glue things together. You know what I'm saying? So in order to pursue in the most balanced and harmonious way, it's coming to the understanding that this is not supposed to be completed right now, or at this, like, this is an idea. This is a desire to have it completed at this deadline. However, the goal is to pursue the thing. And I think for me, I got confused. Not, I guess because I want to be kind to myself. Looking back now, when I think about the things I pursued, it was more so about accomplishing them. Like it wasn't about like the journey. It wasn't about the fun. It was the pursuit was like, it was a hustle. It was a grind. It was intense. It was serious, And looking back now, from a second bird view, I can see like, wow, the pursuit was part of the whole chase, the whole part of the game. That was the funnest part. The funnest part was saying, this is what I want. And then now having to go get it, having to pursue that, which means going through all of the interesting moments on that path, on that pursuit. Is being in touch with, and not so much being in touch with your emotions and feelings and like things that's showing up for you on the path, but it's more so about acknowledging. Like, I don't have to understand it all. I just need to acknowledge, like, wow, this is coming up right now. This is happening right now. And that's it. That's the only, that's the most I can do. That at my absolute highest level of humanitism is to acknowledge. And then the rest, I believe, is up to that other part of me, that higher conscious creator, source, spiritual, just the highest version of me. It's up to that part of me now. I feel like so much on a physical realm, like if you look at the physical body, you could pretty much say like most of our body parts come in pairs, 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 arms, 2 elbows, like 2 feet, 2 legs, 2, what do you call that? How you divide the brain up? 2 brains. I don't want to say 2 brains. It's 1 brain, but 2 spheres of the brain. Gosh, butchering. Higher academia is probably really ashamed of me right now. I'm sorry, y'all. This is just, I'm working on it. I'm doing my best. I'm getting there. No, I take that back. I am doing my best, but I don't think they're ashamed. But no, look at the body, and it's just like it's everything. It's in pairs, It's like in pairs. Things run so smoothly here on planet Earth because there's always a pair. There's always a pair. There's always this way of doing things, and then there's another way of doing things. There's looking at the room on this side, left side, or camera right, and looking from this side, camera left, It's and it's like it's understanding that, wow, there really is a pair. parallel to it all. There's my true feelings, and then there's the actual truth. Right? And that's only a factor when I talk about true feelings and then the truth. That only becomes a factor when it's me and another being or someone else. And now we have a pair. We have a pair. You can only have an opinion if there's another opinion. Like, otherwise we'd all be opinions. We'd all be one opinion. We'd all be one voice, one thought, one mind. But the beauty is, I believe we are all that, all one. However, the beauty is that because the all oneness is so comfortable and confident in what it is and being a unit and just being one, it can say, I'm gonna take me and I'm gonna make a pair. I'm gonna make another me. I want to have another version of me. I want this version of me to have this viewpoint. I want this, and then I think what happens with that is just that, okay, it multiplied, And this is just me just spitballing and freestyling, and it's poetry, it's art. It's me in my how do I say that? It's me in my comfort zone of articulating what I think my life is about, or life in general is about. And then here's the thing. You get to say yay or nay. You get to agree or disagree. And you get to share your opinion too. And it's I think that's the beauty. That's the confidence. I think that's when powerful people, are the ones that are just really just chill and just so confident and sure. I'm just sure of where I am and who I am. And that comes off, what I mean? That's actually a scent. Somebody should try to bottle that up, make that a scent and make it a cologne or oil or something, But if you really could bottle up the scent of certainty, what does that smell like? What does that look like? If you can dress that up, if you can purchase that, like, I'm gonna go to Walmart today and I'm gonna go purchase me some certainty, I'm gonna get some certainty about myself. Like, what would that look like to you? So I think that's the dynamic, that's the genius of who you are, actually. Yeah, I think that's the genius of who you are, because you get to say, you know what, I actually am not worthy of certainty. I actually can't afford certainty. I can't afford esteem, high self-esteem within myself. It's just because of where I come from and my condition. Like, you get to say that. You get to absolutely play that card because it's yours. It's your deck of cards. It's your game. And and you're dealing the cards to yourself. And if you say, I'm guilty, or I'm a victim, or I'm a victor, or I'm ashamed, or I'm a lame, or whatever, you get to decide that. Now, my thing and how I love showing up in the world is encountering people, and especially encountering people who are really sure of themselves. I love just diving deep into that and just saying, hey, just, tell me more about that. Tell me more about that. Tell me more about the fact that you are absolutely okay with the impact that your behavior is having on this individual or this group of people or this area or this environment. Like, you're okay with, like, you can sleep at night is what you're telling me. Like, tell me more. Like, I'm curious. And it's not it's not a game. I think that's what trips me out. It's like I'm really curious because I think totally opposite. I believe in harmony. I believe in balance. I believe in peace. I believe in love. I believe in joy and dreams. Like, my world is yeah, man, super duper bubbly, man. And it's interesting because I even in the midst of not feeling like I'm certain of myself or not being sure of who I am and if I can, accomplish or achieve things that I set out to do, even in those moments, it was still a little ounce of certainty that this too shall pass. It was just a little bit of certainty that this too shall pass. And to me, I think that was enough. That was enough to stand on and withstand pressure or pain or all the things that I would, all the terms that I would use. But when I look at it from this view now, I can now say, wow, there were no storms. There were no enemies. There were no anything. It was this pursuit of this dream of freedom or knowledge of knowing, and it was like being okay with whatever has to happen on that path, like it's not that serious is what I'm saying. I learned that it's not that serious. If you really look at that, is it really that serious? Is it that serious? Is holding on to that anger that serious? Is it that serious to just, only you can decide that. And your answer is absolutely validated. If for you, holding on to anger, unforgiveness, if that's okay with you, if it's validated, then I'm going to say, okay, that's what works for you. I'm not going to come back and say, oh man, well, you need to forgive because nah, bro, nah. You don't want to forgive? You don't need to forgive. Cuz it's your path. It's your journey. How can I support you? You want me to keep showing up in my authentic self so you can continue to be unforgiving or have anger towards? Okay, I'll continue to do that because that's what I'm going to do anyway. Yeah, it's interesting. I had a moment before the show. Came in and got settled in, and we have the TVs on in the lobby, all the local stations and all the programming that goes on around here at KAKU. And it was a program, I think it was, I don't know how old it was, but there was the karaoke competition or something was going on. And I seen a guy that, just a guy when I first got here on Island, a really good friend of mine, and actually supported him and he supported me through some very, very difficult times. And long story short, had a falling out, a disagreement. Yeah, an argument. He tried to. No, I'm just joking. I ain't gonna go that far. That's a pause. No, we just discontinued the communication, and on my part, it was me choosing. Of course, I have a boundary, and it's like you cross that boundary. It's better, safe to just discontinue the communication and and leave it at that. So that's what I did for over a year or whatever. And and so I totally forgot about it, but I come in today and he's on TV. He's contestant number 2, and I'm watching, and I'm like, just immediately didn't even think of the whole situation. It was just like, oh man, look at my boy, look at the homie on screen, man, and it was just an instant wow. And then the memories and the thoughts came of like, and it's like, I had a moment where I started film. I said, I'm gonna just film it because I was just like, I want to film this moment, And he's up there getting it, man, singing one of my favorite songs from the '80s, and then at the end, I was like, I turned the camera on me and I said, I forgive you, and I called him a very, very respectable explicative. It was an explicative, but it was respectful, is what I'm saying. And so, and then so I sent him the video, and I bring that up to say this is that at the end of the day, for me, love and honesty, it is my core. If I have two feet to stand on, you know what I mean? Love is my left, honesty is my right. And it's like wherever I move and however I move, that's what comes with me. That's what's leading me. I'm leading with love and honesty. And that was a moment for me to prove that to, not prove it to myself, because I don't really need to do that anymore, but just to, just it had a little bit of a reminder of that certainty of like, yeah, man, you don't have to harbor, low energy vibes, and you don't have to harbor, emotions that are of anger and unforgiveness, and you don't have to do that anymore. And it was like, wow. And it was just a process. It was like walking, one foot in front of the other. Love, honesty, love, honesty, love, honesty. Am I loving with this step? The step that I just took? Is it love in this step? All right, cool. Let me take another step. Is it an honest step? I'm going to take this honest step. Okay, cool. Let me follow that honest step with some love. All right, cool. Love. All right, followed by honesty. So, come on, man. I should play. Oh, Tony, you got to put that song on there. Love and honesty. Yeah. Oh, that's a good song. I hope he plays that on the slow jam times. So yeah, that again, that felt good, and to just really demonstrate to myself that, hey, man, this pursuit of a dream life, of a free life, that you can just freely show up and be authentic and be honest and be transparent and just trust yourself. Like, I trust me so much that I don't see lose or win anymore. I used to really view my life from that perspective of like, oh man, I took a loss, took a L on that one. Oh man, okay, I'm winning. But now it's like, no, I'm in alignment and I'm guided. So that's not a win or a loss. That's just a isness. It's only a win or a loss if, what did we talk about earlier? Because there's two pairs, right? If I'm just in alignment, obviously there's another path that's out of alignment. And that's what leads us into our conversation for today, is how to recognize where you are on your journey to your dream. How to recognize where you are on your journey to your dream. How to recognize that, meaning how to recognize if you are in alignment on that path or on another path out of alignment. Like, how to recognize that. And then I'm going to throw a whammy ball at you. As you're observing, like, okay, we're going to figure out this means alignment. This is how I recognize it. And this means I'm out of alignment when I feel this or start seeing this stuff or blah, blah, blah. And then here's the whammy ball. What about Who is that which is observing you being in alignment and out of alignment? Okay? And that's pure awareness, baby. That's what this is. That's pure awareness. Pure awareness has the best impact on one's mental health, to be purely aware of where you are on your path towards your dream. To be able to say, you know what? I'm in alignment. I'm right on course. How do you know that? Well, I'll tell you. You see, when I start feeling this way, anxious and excited and hyper, that's when I go get a pen and a pad. And that's when I just allow my hand to move and just write down whatever is coming through. And so as I'm writing those things down, and when I allow it to just flush all the way out, I then just wait for the next, not even wait for something. It's just, I'm guided to the next thing to do. And then I do the next thing. And then I'm guided to another thing. And then suddenly I start to realize, like, wow, the first thing I was guided to do, write all that stuff down, I'm now guided to go back and reread it. So I go back and reread it. Wow, great writer. As I'm rereading it, I'm guided to do something else. And my whole point is that being, for me, recognizing I'm in alignment has this feeling of connectedness and flow, that all the things that I'm guided to do is there's no resistance. There it is. There's no resistance. It's like I'm guided to do this, right? And then go do this, go do that. Okay, no resistance. Okay. Let's talk about how I know when I'm out of alignment. How do you know when you're out of alignment, Dr. Eman'on? Well, let me tell you, I'm glad you asked, because there's obviously two polar opposites of everything, right? Two pairs, two parallels. So, of course, if I'm in alignment, I got to be out of alignment at times, and I got to know when I'm out of alignment, because to know I'm in alignment, I got to know that I'm out of alignment, and to know that I'm out of alignment means to know that I'm in alignment. So, therefore, I will explain to you, kind listener, because you asked. How do I know I'm out of alignment? Okay. This is a shorter, probably a shorter answer. I know I'm out of alignment when there's resistance. When I'm resisting. When I now am prompted to do something, when I'm guided, I feel an impulse, a guide to do something, and there's resistance. There's, hey, well. And then immediately, how do you recognize the resistance? Well, for me, the resistance looks like a memory, an experience. It's not new. It's old. It's something that was. And so the prompting is guiding me to do something unknown. However, the resistance is full of knowns. And that's how I know. Because why would I resist what is best for me? What has my highest interest, like my highest good, you know? Like if that thing, that pure awareness that just really just comes from wherever, and it's flowy, and then all of a sudden there's things aren't flowing anymore. Well, that's how I know. Let me look at what's going on. And then when I look within myself, I recognize, I'm resisting. Man, I'm resisting being happy in this moment right now, because the MFer that did the thing, it's right there, and I can't even enjoy my there's resistance when the prompting is just like the flow, the alignment is saying, man, put a smile on your face. So that's the cool thing about it. Like that's the cool thing about being a personal master of yourself, is knowing like, man, yeah, I know how to feel. I know how I feel, and I know how to feel. So those are the two pairs, right? But then that whammy ball comes in. It's like, man, if we know that what goes up must come down, if you go left, you go right, in, out. It's like now I get to look at, or what was okay. Now, what I was invited to look at, shout out to Muji, is to look at that which is observing the two paths. I now notice that, wow, if I'm actually like, who is this thing? What is this thing that is saying, yeah, you can go left or you can go right. You're in alignment or you're out of alignment. Like which part is that is so spot on about me? Right? Well, it's God, it's God. It's the higher power. If that's the case, how is it that I'm seeing both paths? I'm seeing, wow, I can go this way, or I can see it going that way. If I'm able to observe that, and then I say, oh, I'm able to observe that because something is observing me observing that, well, then I then have to go back and say, well, I'm observing something observing me observing all of this. And now I'm like, well, you see where I'm going with this? You're going to moonwalk across this whole universe. If you continue to think that you aren't it, that you aren't him, that you aren't her, you will just backpedal your entire journey until you recognize, oh, it is me. Why don't I start from now? It ain't about starting from scratch. It ain't about starting, from having it, whatever it is. No, just start from now. Start from now. Start from now and just allow. That's a good one. Start from now and allow. I dare you. I dare you to start from now and allow. Start now and allow. Start now and allow. Start now and allow. Start now and allow. No more. We won't. That's the kind of, like, if I ever get politics, if I ever get the political bug, that's gonna be my would it be a war chant? That would be my chant. Start now and allow. Start now and allow. You know how they say, hell no, we won't go. Hell no, that resistance. Blow, blow, we won't go. No, no, we won't go. Start now and allow. Start now and allow. It's two different energies. I get two different vibes from proclaiming those two things. So proclaiming resistance type things for me just ain't it. It just does not work. No, no, we won't go. No, no, we won't go. Start now and allow. I get a smile on my face when I say that part. But with the no, no, we won't go, that's more of a, that's a, And guess what? still one me, one voice, two versions, two perspectives, right? Two, just split it down the middle. Like I said, start now and allow, and the energy was different for me. No, we won't go. The energy's different for me. It's a resistance. And I am at peace with that. I am okay with that because I understand that resistance. I lived that resistance. That, no, we won't go. That part? Oh, yeah, brother. I know that brother. I know him. I am him. You know, brother, that's just the base word of brother is other. That means the other version of me. So that brother that's in that resistance, that's the other me. That's the other me. So how am I going to treat that other part of me? That other me? That brother me? How am I going to treat that part? You know? And then there's that part, start now and allow, start now and allow. I don't, even my voice, I get a higher pitched voice when I do that. But like, that's the other me. That just happens to be the other me that I really, really enjoy. Like, that's the favorite other me, if I'm honest, because I am. That's the favorite other me, is that version that's all about peace, love, happiness, and soul. I'm just joking. It's yeah. But it's not dismissing the resistance part of me, because the resistance part of me comes from a place too. Remember how it all started out? It was like all one thing, and then that oneness said, you know, I'm gonna make a brother. I'm gonna make a other. I want another and other. I like that one better, because then it kind of, you know, since we live in 2025 and it's nice to respect other people's ways of how they want to show up. You know, it's not a force. It's just a way of being. You know, if they want to show up that way, cool. Whoever they are. And so I like that, because here we say, you know, we genderize things. And this is what I did my study on too, the data about how the gender schemas when we're born. And if you have born with a penis, you're a man. And now we have these ideologies that are associated with that. And if you're not born with a penis, you're a woman. And there's these ideologies associated with that. Okay, so we already had that, like, determined way before I was here. So my point is, I like saying another, an other me versus brother, because when I say brother, I'm automatically associating it with a male, you know, even though I'm including everyone. So that's just my version. I'm going to say an other me, an other, because it's still the same base word, you know, other is in there. So whether you're a brother or an other. There we go. Now all parts of me are happy. You see that? And I hope some parts of you are happy now. You know, whether you're my brother or an other. That's all. Whether you're a brother or another. It's all good. I lost track. Where was I going with that? Just with with the pairs again, it's just saying, okay, wow, this resistance, it's there, it's validated. That resistance has anger. That resistance has emotions. Very, 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 very true feelings. Okay? That other you, that brother you, that you don't want to communicate with or associate with because of his behavior and his way of life and his approach, he or she, whatever. that person that you just want to detach from because you perceive their way of going about life is wrong, that one, just understand that's another you. Because the way you are, just like you have that, you can detach yourself from that person. Someone else in your lineage or path has decided to detach themselves from the person of you because of their very validated reasons, because you are an other as well. You are you, and you are also an other. So, yeah. Maybe your breath really do stink, like maybe you have bad breath, and maybe you don't know, or maybe you do know and you don't care, or maybe you do know and you do care and you don't like it when people tell you. See, there you go. So that validates the behavior. Because I know I have bad breath and I don't like it when people tell me I do. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. And burning my face off when you did. I mean, yeah, man. I don't know if it's because the older I get, the more simple things get. But then again, the younger you are, it seems like the more simple life is. So you figure it out. Because it's your journey. Let's get some water here. Oh, man, I've been running my gums this whole time. Okay, had a missed call. Sorry, caller. I'll get better at this. I promise. But on a different note, real quick, I just want to highlight a few things that I'm pretty proud about. I like to highlight and say I'm very, very excited to have finally allow, the story of my journey through Daddy Diaries. It feels good to just allow that to be out into the world now. Because it was kind of one of those, it was an eyesore for me, if you will. Meaning like it was one of those things, parts of my journey, that other me, that I just didn't want to look at. I didn't like that guy. I was like, he's weak and scared and so just, conflict avoidant. Like I did not like that me, Here's the crazy part. I didn't like that part of me because until I became this part of me. Does that make sense? Like I didn't like that part of me until I became this part of me. But when I was that part of me, I was so searching and begging for someone to like that part of me, to like me, to just, I need support, I need help. Please, someone save me, help me. No one's helping me. No one's coming. So when I was in it, it was like, okay, the whole journey was trying to find someone to save me from this. Only to find that, I got to save myself. For me to know the true Savior is for me to save myself. And so coming out of that, it was like, wow, now I get it. So it was good for me to just release that. Just to say, hey, this is one of those things. This is my way of coping with the damage and the impact of divorce and depression and what it feels like to be a dad and not see, to to have that goal. Remember we talked about the pursuing that dream. So that was one of my dreams, man, to be a father, to be a every day, be that goofy, just wise dad, and not to be able to do that, just to have that removed. It was just like, wow, how do I even cope? And so I documented that journey because I didn't know if I was ever gonna get help. And part of it is like having this like crazy idea that, man, I'm gonna write out my story and then I'm gonna put it in a bottle, a glass bottle, soda bottle, and throw it in the ocean, and someone will discover it, and I will have done what I have been sent to do. Like, that was obviously one of my better endings of the story I like. But I like how this one's going. And so yeah, that's one of the things. I was able to put that up on my website and gotten some really good feedback, man, obviously. And I don't really know. I'm still preparing how to handle how to hold space for the new wave of brothers and men that are now, hitting me up and just reaching out. Because the idea was to just, I had to go within and just heal myself and just model it and just show other guys that, bro, like at the end of the day, it's only you, and you can get this too will pass, and there's a way of getting through this in a harmonious, balanced, loving way. And it starts with going within, and it starts with self-care, self-love, self-reflection. You got to make it about yourself. You got to go within. You got to say, okay, what can I do? I know I'm going to do my best, so what can I do to make sure I can show up how I desire to show up in life? And that was the that was the whole journey, man. So that was a beautiful thing. So that's that was cool. So that's out. That's on the website. Also put on there, this is a 20-year anniversary for me and my music, because I don't even know when I really started doing music, writing music and rapping, and I just, I'm an 80s baby, 90s, and just, always was writing, always was having concerts in the bathroom by myself, in the mirror, so no one knew, it was embarrassing. But I just remember I just would always write, and so I recorded some music in 2004 or 2005, and it was conscious rap. It was positive. It was just me trying to segue into, not even segue. It was just truthful. Yeah, I've never been about just trying to force anyone into religion or force anyone into any type of group or anything. That just always felt icky to me. So, but back in the day, being, growing up Christian and being Christian and having this passion for rap and hip hop, it was like, man, how do I merge the worlds? You know what I mean? And I was listening to Christian rap, and I was like, yeah, everyone, they can do it, I can do it. So, but I didn't like, I just felt forced. I didn't want to preach, and I didn't want it to be corny. So I said, I want to be guided to share the truth. Like, what's my way of witnessing and showing people that, there's a higher power, within them that loves them. How can I do that without making it about a man or a religion or a group? And that's what I did, and that's what came out was I got something to say. And it was a question mark because I was asking a question. It was like, I got something to say? Like, wow. Because how it came was, was Spirit just downloaded it to me over several months, just writing this music. It was when I was up in, I started coaching football back up at College of the Siskiyous, where one of my alma maters is where I graduated from in 99. And so I went back and was coaching. But while I was there, I was a coach now, so I didn't have school, I didn't have a lot to do. So I just got into my music and things like that, and wrote an album, and went up to Oregon and recorded it with my buddy, Nate. That's his name. And so it was great, man. But I just never did nothing with it. It was like, again, me making something and that I loved, and then putting it out and just handing it out, giving it out, and performing at like churches and youth groups and things like that. Like, that stuff was fun to do, man. And so 20 years later, like, I've been writing and doing stuff, but I kind of got away from music and stuff like that. But I started listening to that old CD. I Got Something to Say. I started listening back to it maybe when I got back up to Maui, and I was just like, shoots, man, this is interesting, because this is relevant stuff, like, right now. Like, this is stuff that I'm talking about, things that are going on right now, like, this interpersonal development, this challenge. And then I started looking at it like, wow, wait a second, I think I actually manifested the life that I'm living now. I think, like, that those songs, were telling the stories that I had to experience, and I wasn't even experiencing them yet. I had glimpses of them, I had moments of those experiences, but there's this this one song on there called Tonight. How much time I got? Okay, there's one song called Tonight, and it's like based on like actual events where I got to this place in my life where I was like, yeah, I'm very spiritually astute, and it's like I just, I didn't know my breath stunk. Let's put it that way. So therefore, I didn't want nobody telling me that my breath stank. Okay, and so, but in that, I was missing opportunities to connect with people who are really like hurting, and was really like inspired with what I was doing. So now they're looking like, hey, this is what I'm dealing with or struggling with. But my mind was just like, I don't trust. I'm not the guy. I can't help you, and you just probably want something from me. So I was just very avoidant, and so so you just gotta listen to it. But anyway, I'm just excited that I'm doing the things that I always said I would do and desired to do, and I always kept that vision. And it was an experience. It was definitely a journey. And so that's out, the 20-year anniversary of I Got Something to Say, and the 3-year anniversary of the nonprofit Men Hill. Shout out to Albert and Ian. And man, it just feels really, really good to just look back now and just observe and just be able to reflect on what life has gifted me, and to see where I'm at now and where I'm going and the things that I want to do now. It's just super duper uber cool, man. So I got 3 minutes left, and what do I want to say? I don't know if there's too much to say, but I do just want to give everyone a shout out and a piece of advice. All right, listen to me now. Go within. You'll never go without. You'll never have a need. You'll never want for anything, because everything is within you. Everything is within you, and no thing you are not. There is no thing, nothing you are not. Trust that. Trust your source. For once in your life, trust your source. Trust whatever comes up for you. And I dare you to start now and allow. I dare you. Start now and allow. Because Oh man, the journey. The journey is gonna be a journey, my friend. It's gonna be a journey. But, like they say, every journey is a journey. I don't know if that's what they say. But what I say is, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. When the night is gone and the land is gone and the moon is the only light we see. Oh, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Alright, listener. I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Remember, we're gonna do that replay on Saturday at 7 a.m. right here on 88.5, the voice of Maui. I love you. Ain't nothing you could do about it. Yeah.
Aloha Care awards academic scholarship students statewide who are pursuing an education in healthcare and social services as part of its mission to support local workforce development, ranging from $2,500 to $5,000. Scholarship applications for this coming year open on March 3rd and close on June 2nd.